I have heard that in quite near future, we will be working around 3 to 4 hours a day. Our work will become more efficient. But to approach that, we have to start saving our time and start to think and work different. Last year, approximately this time, if I would tell you that it's all gonna be like this, you would never believe me. 2020 was the year of a digital change. It was a big step to become more efficient. It was a big step to start to think different. Welcome to the 5th anniversary year of a women startup competition, the competition that highlights the female leaders. Hi there, my name is Pavlína Zichová. I am the co-founder and CEO of MyStay, the platform that is digitizing hotel processes and also making them contactless. I'm also the ambassador of Women Startup Competition, the competition that is here not just only for finalists to give them prize, PR support, connecting them with mentors and investors. We're also here for the new female leaders to become and motivate them to start their own business. But we are here also for all of you to give you positive energy, motivate you also to start your own business, to become an entrepreneur, but also maybe to connect with the teams, get into the new job, and so on. One of our co-organizers, Nápad roku, I'm so pleased to welcome here Martin Kešner, who is here in the studio online. Hello, Martin.
Hi, Pavlína. Great to see you.
Great to see you too. Could you please tell us what is the Women Startup Competition about?
Sure. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you. For the past 13 years, Idea of the Year has been supporting young entrepreneurs and tech companies to realize their visions. We are pleased to have co-organized this Women Startup Competition, where you can meet some inspiring entrepreneurs who have definitely developed amazing projects, such as last year's winner, Spacemanic, a small satellite mission integrator, focused on delivering flight-proven nano-satellite solutions and services. I look forward to tonight's finalist presentations and wish them best of luck, not only tonight, but in all their coming ventures. Finally, I would like to give a big thank you to all of our partners and supporters. We wouldn't be here without you. Very special thanks goes to Pavlína and Jana. You are incredible. So thanks once again and enjoy yourselves.
Martin, thank you very much. And again, big pleasure that you could be with Nápad roku, one of the co-organizers. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, nothing would happen in here if we would not have our partners. I would like to give a special thanks to Praze Nation, Novalia, checkstartups.org, Startup Jobs, Vienna Apps 21, HubHub, E15, CheckCrunch, Microsoft, CheckInvest, Nápad roku, and also our big partner, Vodafone. From Vodafone, I would like to welcome in our online stage, Jonathan Rutherford, the VP of the business. Jonathan, are you here with us?
Hey, Pavlína, great to see you again. Yes, I'm here.
Oh, great. Lovely to see your energy also through the screen. So can you tell us what's new in Vodafone?
Yeah, listen, thanks for letting us be a part of this wonderful competition again. And I think 2020 has been a crazy year for everyone, right? It's been a really challenging year. And I guess in Vodafone, we've done a number of big things. We've launched TV. We've been integrating UPC into the Vodafone business. We've announced a partnership with Netflix. We also made 5G available in the market. And we've just launched gigabit broadband. So really busy year, but obviously against very challenging circumstances.
As I said, digital year, that's exactly what 2020 was. So that's great to have you, Jonathan. So I wanted to thank you by the name of the Women Startup Competition that you're a long-term partner with us. Thank you for supporting us.
Thank you, Pavlina. Like I said, for us, it's a great competition. We believe in trying to support as many startups as possible. And certainly this competition, I think, creates a very important platform for lots of people that are either just starting out or have got a little bit of capital behind them in starting to scale the business. So delighted to be a part of it again.
Jonathan, thank you very much. Thank you for being present and thank you for being our partner. Thank you. Women Startup Competition has a two-part. One is the bootcamp, which is the training program for our finalists. The training program is based on 8 sections. The 8 sections are led by 8 mentors. I would like to thank to all our mentors of Women Startup Competition. The presentation was leading Lukáš Hrdlička from Praze Nation. Pavlína Louzeňská from Holky z Marketingu was leading marketing. Roman Nováček from Epico International was the mentor for sales. Tomáš Jiroušek from Myton had been leading business plan. David Polach from JNT Ventures has been leading finance and investment. Jakub Císař with Tereza Jandáčková, legal from Novalia. Eduard Bartko have been leading the business development and he is from Microsoft. And Kateřina Menso has been leading leadership by leading the Vodafone team. The second part is taking part today. It's the real competition, the final night. The rules are pretty strict. 2 minutes for English pitch and 3 minutes for Q&A. The Q&A will be asked by our jury, and the jury also give points. The points at the end will be counted, and the winner will get the first prize. I would like to introduce you the jury. The jury is also here online. By name, I would like to welcome here Margareta Křížová, the business mentor, Adam Kočík from JNT Ventures, Silke Horáková from Telia Impact Ventures, Roman Horáček from Reflex Capital, Jana Žurková from Microsoft, Jakub Strečina from Enern,
hi everyone,
Jonathan Rutherford from Vodafone, and Lucie Hustolesová from Czech Invest. So this is our jury. But the important part coming right now, the main part of the program. It's time to pitch. So let's do it now. important is the education of the 4-year-old children? Will tell you Aneta Anderle with her project, Kamarád s knížkou, alias Friends with Books. Aneta, welcome on the stage.
90%, as much as 90% of the critical development of the brain happens until children reach the age of 6 years. Dear ladies and gentlemen, my name is Aneta Anderle, and today I would like to present to you my project, Friends with Books. We offer an all-in-one solution for mothers to help them teach their children up to the age of 4 years. Just imagine, you are an active and ambitious mother who would like to develop her child from an early age. However, you're not an education specialist and you don't have the time to study countless of books to know what is appropriate for your child at different stages of development. Before, you could attend a lesson. However, now you're limited to learning at home. And the time to educate your children is now. We offer a solution. One box, one toolkit containing everything that the mother needs. Books, posters, cards, building blocks, puzzles, specially designed for best learning outcomes, with a manual for the parents and lovely illustrations. Last year, we conducted market research, and 40% of women responded that they would buy our product, and they were willing to pay more than 1,000 crowns for it. We also tested the market through a crowdfunding campaign, where we managed to raise more than 35,000 crowns over the course of 45 days. This year, we will launch our product on the Czech market, where we are planning to sell through our own website as well as through already established retailers. After the launch, we will develop boxes for older age groups as well as an app for self-learning of children. Our uniqueness comes from combining the offline and the online worlds, thus creating a brand that mothers can rely on when it comes to home education of their babies. We are active mothers ourselves, so we know what we are talking about. We are Friends with Books. Thank you for your attention.
And now it's time for jury. Thank you very much, Aneta. So jury, you have 3 minutes for Q&A. Please, go on.
Can I have a question? I mean, where does your know-how come from? I mean, and how does it differ from what's on the market and in terms of the books or some games that you could have bought in the stores if it was open, but where does the know-how come from? What is your expertise in it?
Right. So I myself have a teaching qualification, and I am a mother of 2 toddlers. So with the first son, who is now 3.5 years old, I have actually was looking for a similar product on the Czech market, didn't find anything. So I only found a competitor's product on the US market, which I tested myself with my first child, and found some weaknesses of my competitor's product, which I have used basically to build up on the weaknesses, fix the weaknesses in my own product. And the second question, how is it different from other competitors' products? Well, the first, if we're only considering products available on the Czech market, then our product is an all-in-one solution. So it doesn't only have, let's say, only books focused on education or only activities. It has everything that the mother needs. So like if a mother gets the product, she can start educating her child from that specific day. She doesn't need to learn how to use what product that she buys, what toy or something like that. Did I answer your question?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Aneta, you mentioned... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Silke. Go ahead.
Okay, you mentioned the connection between online and offline. Can you elaborate a little bit on this?
Okay, so the idea is to start with the box. Yeah, the box is a time for the mother to spend the child with her time with her child, bonding, teaching the child, giving the child attention, And this is the time that or the time offline, as I mentioned. And the online time is referring to the development of the app. And the idea is that the app is going to be used only by the child, and it's going to be connected to the box. So what the child learns with the mother, with the parent on the box, it can then go on to use on the app and continue some activities in the self-learning app. So this is a combination of off-screen and on-screen.
All right, last question from the jury, please.
Can I ask you, is it one box per year or?
Mm-hmm. Thank you. So the first box is actually 6 months to 18 months. So half a year old baby until the age of 1.5 years old. The second box we're planning to launch from 1.5 to 24 months. And the third box, 24 to 36. The idea is that this age is just a recommendation, because a lot of the times children, they develop differently. So it's also according to parents to see if, for example, their child is faster, they can buy the second box earlier, and so on.
And the time is on. So thank you very much, everyone. Aneta, thank you for your pitch and for your time.
Thank you.
So this was Aneta and her friends with books.
Thank you.
Do you know how many tasks and people have to be managed to make one film? Well, very often more than thousands. So how to make a life better to a film casting coordinators will tell you Barbora Roubová, and with her solution Roltic. Barbora, welcome on the stage. Hello.
Hello, my name is Barbara. I'm CEO of Roltic, the tool that brings digital transformation into film casting. We live in a world of efficiency, where we have tools for actually everything. But one industry has been left behind, and it's film casting. The job seems quite simple on paper. Find 100 people in between 20 to 40 years old and make sure they are on spot next Wednesday at 4 p.m. What's so complicated about it? On Hollywood movie, everything. I used to be casting coordinator for 7 years, working with Hollywood productions, and casting background actors has always been a massive pain. Casting people often say they would love to find a better way, but there is no killer app yet. After shooting Jojo Rabbit, I decided to build a sales force for casting. An average casting coordinator spends majority of his time on confirming talents, but with a tailored CRM system, he's done within minutes. And it's like magic. Roltic supporters are internationally real big names in film industry, and we're happy that their networks can become our contact networks too. Our main revenue stream is monthly subscription fee, depending on the scale of our services. We started MVP in January 2020, and it's these clients driving the pipeline. Their references say it all, and therefore they turned into paying customers this January when we first started having revenues. And why they love Roltic? Because it makes them look cool. And this is the team behind Roltic. Like I said, I used to be casting coordinator, and my husband Jan, who's experience manager, helped me build up this company with full of film professionals. We are seeking for publicity, strategic partnerships, and investment of 200,000 euros for 18 months. So let's make casting great again. Thank you for your time. I am Barbara, and this is Roltic.
Amazing, Barbara. Thank you very much. Good job. And this is time for our jury. So time is yours, 3 minutes. And this is Barbara with her Roltic.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Barbara. Great presentation. Could you tell me which markets you're currently in and which markets you plan to go into?
Okay, so we launched MVP last January. So this first year we started in Czech market, but on international projects, because in Barrandov offices there are a lot of international projects coming too. So this is the first year. Also, our clients have offices among Europe, like London and Barcelona. So this year we are planning to start with their offices already there. Plus, we also started partnership with a business development company who's helping us with the markets of Italy, France, Germany, and the Benelux.
So what is your current client base? I mean, you said you launched MVP last year. Now you're in full deployment. So what is your traction? And secondly, what is the market size for your product?
So we launched the product, and after the first year, we penetrated 70% of the Czech market. Sorry, what was I wanted to say? The size of the market. So the casting agencies worldwide, if we look at each country, it could be around hundreds of subjects in each country. They are all using the Excel sheets, and so we know that there isn't really a big competitor for us. It could be all the databases and that the like customized databases or Excel sheets, because all casting agencies work the same worldwide. Also, we have a second planned revenue stream in 3 years. So because we know that it could seem like a niche project to investors because there is a limited amount of casting agencies. But that's why we're planning with a second revenue stream that we would like to start working on later when the product's established and when we will actually really look like the standard industry standard, like other tools which are in the film industry, but not in the casting field specifically, but for budgeting, for producers or for directors. So we know that these professional tools need to be worldwide used.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the product itself? What's the secret sauce? You know, how does it differentiate from the regular spreadsheets? You know, how do you help basically your customers basically to be more efficient?
Sure. So our tool is unique because it covers the full process from gathering contacts from the social media, from Facebook groups where casting agencies are looking for specific people or background actors. So our tool actually covers automatization, so it already gathers them in the database where you can filter, you can bulk communicate with them, and there's also a robot that recognizes the answers, so you are saving a lot of time, and actually our clients have saved 60% of their daily routine because of these automatizations of the robots that help them to select the people and make reports and actually do all these automatization tasks of their daily workflow.
Perfect. So this was Barbora Roubová with Roltic. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Good job, Barbora.
Thanks.
Thank you. Fintech projects became a booming business. One of it is Payout, who found a missing piece in their market. More will tell you Martina Hanusová from Payout. Martina, it's your time to shine.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Tina and I would like to introduce you Payout, the new standard in payments. If your bank doesn't meet your feature requirements, if your payment provider doesn't want to adjust to your business needs, if you can't automate payments enough to make you faster, Payout is the solution for you. Payout was built for businesses that need a faster, easier, and more reliable way to move money. Payout is more than just a payment gateway. To its clients, Payout offers a payment account with access to any other banks, payments in and payments out, plus full AI reconciliation, all with one single goal, to enable a fully automated financial flow. If you would ask how we are different from our competition, direct access to bank data in internal software, full 4-eyes control, anti-money laundering process, and zero transaction loss claim single-time reconciliation. Payout is one platform for different industries. At the start of payment processing during 2020, and early adopters figures count more than 50 active clients at the end of the year. Today, 42 clients in active onboarding. We will be reaching a sum of monthly transfer more than 2 million euro. For our actual planned period, we aim to hit more than 500 active clients and grow to 200 million euro monthly transactions within the next 18 months. Payout team, actually 22 people. Half of them are women. Our team is a combination of experience and young drive in both business banking and IT development. Our goal is thousands of payments possible every second in Europe and worldwide. In 2020, payout raised 1 million euro. In this year, we will raise 5 million euro to support our international growth. Payout offers more than a payment gateway, more than a bank account, more than a fintech solution, more for you.
Perfect, Martina. Thank you very much. And it's time for 3 minutes Q&A. Jury, it's your time, please.
Thanks, Martina. Who is an ideal customer of payout? For whom does it work the best?
Please repeat because I didn't understand you.
Sure. Who is an ideal customer of payout? For whom does it work the best?
Corporate, SME sector.
Martina, can I ask, why would a customer choose payout versus a different payment provider?
We are told to fully automate your payments. No more visiting bank, no more upload of files to internet banking or bank statements to your system. Your team would check and control automated process, not execute it more.
Sorry, can you probably mentioned it, but you already have some customers. Can you give us some example of your customers, maybe according to segments?
Top CE gaming operation, hotel segment, restaurants, and 70 small online e-shops, e-commerce.
So what type of client is dominating?
Gaming and e-shop.
What was the first one? E-shops and?
Gaming sector.
Gaming, okay. Thank you.
Can you tell us what's your break-even point in terms of revenues or customers?
200 clients.
Now you are with 50, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And when is this going to happen?
18 months.
Okay.
So what is so unique about your product? Because I mean, if you have a payment way or AML or KYC, this is already existing. So what is so unique about your product? Why everyone should use it?
Payments account with fully API access to another bank.
Now it's a space for a last question, please.
What is the pricing, please, of your product for the clients?
We get transactional fees, we get services subscription, and we have extra profit from payment account fees.
Very nice. So this was Payout. Thank you very much. And we are going for the next startup. Have you ever rented a car? Yes? Well, I believe so. So that is why I have to introduce you today a rental port. My big honor is to welcome on our online stage Martina Bondarchuk.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Martina Bondarchuk, and I am CEO and a founder of startup from Slovakia called the Rentalport. Rentalport is the wide scope car rental search and reservation platform which searches for the best car rental offers based on parameters you select. Me and my team of 5 people run Rentalport in 7 countries. Rentalport is characterized by a high degree of scalability into foreign markets. Currently, we operate in more than 7 countries, and we offer more than 70 car rental companies to choose from and more than 17,000 vehicles for rent. As you can see, we work with major brands in the industry, but we give the opportunity to the smaller brands as well. We should take our part in a big field because we are here to solve complicated and lengthy cash flow management of international brokers by providing instant payments to our business partners. We are also bringing a non-existent marketplace of commercial and utility vehicles to the customers. In other words, we have discovered a unique niche. Our goal is to operate in 12 countries by the end of 2021 and to become #1 rental platform in the EU by the end of 2022. And what about COVID? We see COVID as an opportunity. We are not in the spotlight of the big players, so it's our chance to grow from the ground up, expand our affiliate network, and to take over a bigger portion of the marketplace in the places where we operate. Our data also shows that customer travel habits have changed. Customers prefer safe last-moment bookings, and we know it. Rentalport is ready to follow these trends. In case you want to scale up your investment with us, we are here to offer you limitless opportunity. Thank you very much for your attention, and I'm ready for your questions.
And this was Martina Bondarchuk with her Rentalport. Thank you very much, Martina. And now is the time for our beautiful jury. Time is yours. Please go for the questions.
Martina, thank you for the presentation. I have one question. You mentioned as your unique selling point the commercial vehicle segment. Where do you see the demand coming from?
Well, we see the demand in all countries where we are operating in. It's mostly countries on Middle Europe and South Europe.
I mean more specifically, from which kind of customer is this demand coming for commercial vehicles? Who would use this?
Well, mostly those are citizens of these particular countries where we operate. Those are locals who are offering delivery services or last mile services to the customers, or those are like small workers in the local smaller fields.
Thanks, Martina. One question on a user journey. Can you just tell us a little bit what part of the user journey your platform takes care of, at what point the customer is handed over to the rental partner?
Well, the way is very, very simple. Our customer looks for a car on a website, he chooses the best car rental offer for him, and he books and prepays the reservation online. Once reservation is prepaid, customer receives confirmation of reservation, and with this voucher or confirmation of reservation, he is coming to the car rental company, which already knows about him, and they are ready for him and have this car ready, clean, and prepared.
Is the confirmation instant?
Yes, all the payments are instant. We work through business partners account where our partners are checking their availability of car rental categories. So payments and reservation is made instantly.
Thanks. Martina, one question on business model. Is your model based on payment per transaction, or is it based on a revenue share? What's the thinking behind the model?
Our business model is a provision-based business model. We charge provision from each reservation.
How do you enter the new markets? You mentioned that you are planning to expand, to quite a few European countries. So how do you plan to execute on that?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
No worries. The question was, how are you planning basically to enter the new countries, the new markets? You know, what is your go-to-market strategy for the new markets in the European Union?
Well, we want to take a big percentage of the market share. Usually, we are expanding from the ground up through our affiliate network. We provide these white pages to our partners in all countries, which are producing traffic back to our website. We can spread our white pages to places like hotels, tour operators, trip advisors, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say that this was Martina Bondarchuk from Rentalport. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a nice evening.
we have a little surprise here today for you. A lot of people asking us how the projects from alumni are doing. So we have brought here the alumni interview. 2 the most successful startups from the previous rounds have accepted our invitation. So welcome here Hanna Fortová from Frusak, who was the first in 2017, and Markéta Blahová from Daytrip, who is the first one from 2018. Ladies, welcome here in the Women Startup Competition online.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. Hi.
Great. So ladies, could you please a little bit introduce to people who are listening us what your product do? Market, you can start.
Right. So Daytrip is a platform connecting travelers with local drivers. Currently, we are operating in more than 70 countries around the world. So you can think of it as a better alternative to flights, trains, or rental cars.
Perfect. Thank you, Market. And Hani, what does Frusak do?
Well, Frusak is an alternative to single-use plastic bags that you use probably daily for buying fruits, vegetables, and other loose items. And we are actually in the business that is developing new types of materials that are reusable and are compostable as well, which makes basically Frusak a product unique worldwide still.
Amazing. Thank you for introduction. And ladies, the question number 2 is, how did the competition help you? So we can start with Markéta.
So we were part of the competition in our early years, so it helped us to spread the word about Daytrip in the local startup communities in Prague and helped us with raising the funds, etc.
Very nice. Thank you, Market. And what about for you, Hanna?
Well, so we have launched the project in 2016 and we won the competition in 2017. So we were still in the very beginning. Of course, the publicity around the competition helped us a lot. And later on, when we traveled for the finals to London, it was very beneficial. It was really intensive boot camp there with the coaches and mentors. We collected a lot of contacts and also the media contacts. So we are definitely working with those contacts until today. And it definitely helped us to prepare better for what was coming for our business.
All right, thank you very much. And what about the COVID-19? How did you have to make any changes in the company due to this strange period? And how did it influence you in general? Market?
So unfortunately, as we are part of the travel industry, the whole pandemic situation affected us quite a lot. We had to do some drastic cuts. We unfortunately had to lower the staff and basically lower all of our operations, but we are not giving up and we are working on new things. And once it will be possible to travel again, we will have some exciting new products to launch on the market. So we are just looking forward to have the COVID behind us and start again.
Great, and wish you good luck in that. Hanina?
Thank you.
Well, yes, it was pretty much the same for us. We are in the business that is trying to cut down the consumption of single-use plastics. And we know that the world sort of get over-flooded with plastics during the coronavirus pandemics. And I think the consumption went up 30% in Czech Republic. So of course, our business went down, especially because we started to work with a big food retail and everybody was a bit worried. But we started to look into the new ways which we can basically approach. So right now we switched a little bit from the food packaging to, I would say, retail packaging in general. And we are also testing our materials in food production and for hydroponics, aquaponics, etc. So actually it pushed us a lot to move into to go through the path that we wanted to walk long way ago. And it really gave us the right push there. So there were positives and negatives to that, definitely.
All right, sounds interesting and very challenging. So thank you very much. And could you share with us what are your big successes? Some special things that you want to share with us. Market, could you start?
Like, I think that the biggest success, of course, was that we were able to cover basically the whole world. So you can now hire a day trip service on every continent possible except of Antarctica. But maybe we will come also there. But there are also the little stories which are making us very proud and very happy, especially now during the COVID situation. We had some people who really needed to travel because maybe they were moving or they were going back to their home country. And the traveling is very challenging during these times. We were very happy when we could help to transfer people. Maybe the drivers were handing them over at the borders, but then we got some really nice messages from the people telling us how we helped them during those difficult times. And it's always so great to hear that we could really make an impact on someone's life.
Super cool, Market. And what about you, Hanya? What is the big success that you went through?
Well, I think that over the last year, which I said wasn't the most successful, actually in the beginning of the last year, we cracked the big food retail. We started to cooperate with Albert chain in here, and we launched with them through the loyalty campaign. It was sort of a market test. We wanted to see if the customers are willing to pay a little extra for a sustainable product that is produced locally, and if it's something that could be sold in the long term in the big food retail chain. Actually, the campaign was super successful, and if COVID pandemic didn't hit us, we would continue with the cooperations. So we are looking forward to move on when the situation gets hopefully better soon.
Very cool. So congratulations to both. And the interview would not be without the question, what are your plans for next year? So Market, if you can start again.
I'm afraid I would need a crystal ball to tell you exactly what's going to happen with us, because it's very depending on how the whole situation will evolve. But we are very optimistic and we're always shooting for the stars. So hopefully we're counting that it will be possible to travel again soon. And we have some regions where it's possible even now to travel, and we are hoping that it will be in more and more locations possible. So the plans are big. We have a new product ready, and we cannot wait until people will hit the road again, and we will be there for them to help them with their travel plans.
Very nice, Market. Thank you for introduction of this. And what about you, Hani? What are your plans for next year?
Well, I think I've already mentioned some of the directions or projects that we have started last year. So this year, hopefully, we will collect the fruit of these new directions. Hopefully it works out. And we have also established new partnerships that are really exciting for us. And there is no space in here or no time to talk about it more, and I can't so much talk about it at this point. But we are really excited to see how that goes. And of course, as Marketa mentioned, we really want to get back to the essentials of our business, which we have started it with in 2016, because we were on a certain mission and we just want to go on.
So these were our alumni. Thank you very much for that, girls. So Marketa Blahová from the Day Trip and Hanna Forstová from Frusak. Thank you, ladies, that you made the time for us.
Thank you for inviting us.
So these were our alumni. By tonight, the group of our alumni will get way much bigger. And by next year, we're expecting you to come to compete. the life with diabetes is very hard. My grandma, for example, had a diabetes. Unfortunately, she's here not more with us. But I believe that if she would have a program like D-Life, her life would be better and longer. My big pleasure is to welcome on stage Helena Těšitelová from Jídelní plán, which has the D plan. So Helena, welcome on the stage.
Hello. Good evening. Good evening. Let's speak about Peter. Peter has diabetes. What he doesn't have is a morning wood. But he takes insulin and he's afraid. He's afraid of complications of diabetes. He's afraid of losing sight, kidney damage, or losing legs. He goes to a doctor with his diabetes diary. However, even though his doctor lacks information about food, about what he's doing, it's just not enough. Also, the time he has for his doctor and consultation is quick as this pitch as we have. Well, they won't solve much. But Pepa, he is not alone. 1 in 10 people in Czech Republic, they have diabetes. 22,000 dies every year, and the numbers, they are growing. Can we help? Yes, of course. Meet our team. And this is our expert team, and we are here to help them. We at Jídelní plán know quite a lot about both diabetes and nutrition. We are a powerful analytical tool, and we have made a community around us. For Peter, we have Life to O, a program for diabetics. So what will he get? It's know-how from experts. He will collect data, and Jídelní plán will transform them into precise analytics for doctors. As a result, he can get effective treatment. Within 6 months, he can get both ownership and control over his diabetes. It's easy as that. At the moment, we are under verification. Once we are done, we are ready for both investment and going to the market. Here are our numbers. Our fee is 500 euros, and we need only 360 users from the market of 900,000 K. Oh, 900K.
So this was Helena Těšitelová.
Thank you.
And it's time for our jury. And this time I would like to also invite on the stage Honza, the project manager. So we will be 2 in here. Jury, please, it's your time. 3 minutes is running right now.
Thank you, Helena. Can you tell us a little bit more about how and what kind of data is collected, and what do the doctors do with them?
Well, what we are collecting very much starting from medications, glycemies, nutrition data, and we can transform them in a form that is very effective for the doctors. So it's actually based on their needs to see the progress in time.
So is it mostly self-reported?
Sorry,
by
can you
the
please?
patient? Is it mostly self-reported by the patient?
Mostly, yes.
Helena, just a follow-on question, if I could. So the 500 fee, what does someone get for that fee? Is it just use of the app, or is there a program around it as well?
Mm-hmm. What we have a fee for program where you will get education, know-how, we learn you. We actually won't give you fish, we'll teach you how to fish. What to do, what to eat, what's the mechanism, and then once you know that, you can just use fees of 100 euros per year, and you can use it for a long time. And then you can see your progress, and you have feedback right away.
Can we talk shortly about competition? Because I think there's quite some apps for patients with diabetes out in the market, in the Czech market, and mainly abroad. So why the world needs another one? What's new and different in your app?
Mm-hmm. We are aware of both online and offline competition. Especially we are happy that there is Vitadio, which is up for diabetics. But as I said, we don't give people fish, we teach them how to fish. We did deep research with both patients and doctors, and we have different approach. I'm very glad to discuss it. Our approach is different, and we believe that's what they need.
Can I have a question? So you collect data from patients, right?
Yes.
And then you said that these data is tailored to the doctor's needs, right? So do I assume that the doctors then they tailor what you have to eat based on every client? And if yes, the second question, how can you scale that product if you customize it to every patient?
Well, what we do, there are several studies during few past years, and we see there are basically 5 different types of approaches that can lead you to better condition or even remission, which is state similar to health condition, we are giving them menus at the beginning, but then we will teach them how to set it for themselves so they can use it every day. Because we are a tool, we are easily scalable and translatable to any language and any country.
So this was D-Live. Thank you very much to Helena Těšitelová and Jan Těšitel too. So we're moving to another project. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a nice evening.
Thank you. Jana Trda is here today to convince you that VR in industry and health is the future. So welcome on the stage Jana Trda with her project VR Live. Jana, please welcome on the stage.
Hello, my name is Jana, and with my friend Denisa, we have a startup. We focused on virtual reality, and it's a symbol of our startup. We are not focused on games, but on industry and healthcare. Our first scalable product is VR testing. We finished it last year, and it can help with evaluation job seekers for industry companies. Turnover of this product is about £500,000, and our first client is continental French stát pod Radhoštěm. Our second scalable product is VR Vitalis, is rehabilitation in virtual reality. We are finishing it right now, and it can help patients after injury, surgery, or illness. Turnover of this product is £500,000 too, and our first client is Lázně Darkov. Last year, we were second year on markets. Our turnover was £2.5 million, and our other clients, for example, schools, theater, gallery, Moravian Silesian region, and others. And what now? We have a lot of energy and power to reach markets, and we are looking for partners and maybe investors. Thank you for your attention.
So this was Jana Trda. Congratulations, Jani, very nice presentation. And it's now time for jury. So jury, please, it's your 3 minutes. So stage is yours.
Hi, Jana.
Thank you, Jana.
I would like to ask you one question about your product portfolio, because you mentioned hiring employees and basically using it within HR. Now you're orienting more on health sector. Is it because of the current situation or other reasoning behind it?
We are finished first product VR testing, and COVID comes, so we start with other products VR Vitalis. So it because of COVID and clients opened, so we need to do something.
And how many clients are using VR testing or very using?
Only one client, because we finished it close before COVID, so we have only one client.
Jana, thank you for the presentation. Go ahead.
Thank you. Finally, I can ask a question. Jana, thank you very much for the presentation. A quick question. You know, there are multiple solutions, VR solutions in the market. So what is your key differentiation?
I'm sorry, I don't understand. Slowly, please.
So there are multiple solutions in the market. You know, there is competition and competitors as well in the market. So what is your differentiation? What are the things that you offer that are unique and that your competitors do not have?
For VR testing? Or
yes.
VR testing?
For the solution that you offer.
It's about skills of people, and it's very quick and cheaper than standard testing with psychologists and other. So, and maybe it's a big PR for companies, for young people. So virtual reality is in now. So maybe it's for this company.
Thank you.
Can I ask you, is it the testing, is it on-site or off-site? Do the employees come to your place, or do you come to
it's not we are not testing, it's testing HR in this company. So they have VR glasses and testing people in company. It can send these glasses to employees, but now it's in company, inside.
So do you analyze the results of the testing then, or do you teach the HR people how to test it?
No, testing is in these glasses. So people, for example, testing for skills, observations, they should do some exercises.
All right, so this was the last question. Thank you, Margareta, for that. And so this was Jana Terda with her VR Live. So thank you very much, Jani, and good job.
Thank you. Goodbye.
If I will say all together, blockchain, engineering, efficiency, and software as a service, what would you think? Nothing much? Well, that is why you should listen carefully, because Maria Čápová will explain you how they combine all this in their company, 3IPK. Maria, welcome on the online stage.
Good evening. We all remember the two tragic crashes of Boeing 737 MAX with 346 casualties. Investigation shows it is a culture of concealment to be blamed for these two accidents. The lack of process transparency and traceability are the main pain points of the aerospace industry. We at 3IPK develop software solutions based on blockchain technology, leveraging the features of data immutability and traceability in order to increase process efficiency, transparency, leading to a higher product safety. Moreover, the process automation allows for cost reduction by 20%. Our solution is the first blockchain solution funded by the European Space Agency. We develop it for quality control of spacecraft components. The problem of transparency and traceability exists also in other industries, what allowed us to reuse our solution also for the food industry. After scanning the QR code on the screen, you can actually see the solution we created for our customer, the Slovak chocolate manufacturer Liga. It shows the traceability from the cocoa beans up to the final chocolate bar. Our team is a great combination of Juraj, the aerospace engineer, Maciej, the blockchain pioneer, Peter, responsible for the software development, and myself, leading the team in the right direction. We are currently raising our seed round of 300,000 euros in order to enlarge our team and deliver our POC solutions. We are 3IPK, and we help the aerospace companies to deliver safer products. Join us on our journey of transparency. Thank you.
Perfect. Congratulations, Maria. It was very nice. So now it's time to shine for a jury. So please, you have 3 minutes to ask Maria for the questions. Feel free.
Hey, Maria, thank you for the pitch. What are some of the use cases or examples where tracing of the products across supply chain is super important?
It is super important in aerospace industry, for example, to improve the transparency across the whole supply chain. It's very deep and very wide, and currently it is very difficult to actually prove the data originality, and it's difficult also to trace back the information. For example, if the authorized personnel approved that kind of documents which he was supposed to. So in case of an accident, for example, you are not sure if the authorized personnel approved the documents. So it's very important in aerospace industry, but also, for example, as I mentioned in the food tracing, or for example, fashion industry, where the consumers are really interested in the origin of the products, or for example, like who made my t-shirt? Was it somebody who was appropriate to do it, or was there child labor involved? So these are the examples.
Can I elaborate on this a little bit more? What is your typical customer, or can you say something about your go-to-market strategy? Which are your first customers you want to attract?
We would like to approach more customers in the space industry to leverage that we are already creating the solution for the European Space Agency, what gives us the access to around 400 suppliers in the European Union. And also in the aerospace or aviation industry, there are also some customers in the European Union and also in the United States.
Can you say, please, a bit more about the traction, about the customers that you are validating with testing? How many have you tested with, or what's the current state?
It's one customer in Czech Republic with who we are currently developing the solution for the European Space Agency. And we have a traction in the UAE, where we attended an accelerator focused on defense and space, defense and aerospace. And there is a defense group in the UAE, with whom we are discussing the POC currently. And we have also one paying customer in the food industry, and we have a pipeline of customers in food and fashion industry.
Can you tell us more about your business model?
Yeah, the business model, it's we provide it as a software as a service. So it's a monthly fee per process, and in the food industry, it's also connected to the volume of transactions. So, for example, with the number of chocolate bars which are produced per month.
All right, so this was 3 minutes. Thank you very much to jury. You will have more chance to ask later to the other projects. Maria, thank you very much. It was a good job and lovely to see you online. We are here to do another startup. What do you remember from the kindergarten? A lot of fun, games, first friendships, or even a first kiss. But do you know how many paperwork, how many communication and misunderstandings are behind it. To uncover the schooling system, Vanda Horáčková-Seidlová came here today to explain you how to work with that, with Twixy. Wanda, welcome on the stage. Hello.
Thank you very much.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Vanda and I'm founder of Twixy, the online management platforms that connect parents with their kindergarten. I'm also mom of 5-year-old son, Philip. So probably most of you are parents as well. So you know that desperate situation, picking up your child from the kindergarten and asking them what did they do, and the only thing you get is nothing or I don't know. But on the school side, it doesn't get any better. Schools are literally overworked with a lot of agendas, unnecessary sheets, and paperwork. And if you wanted to be the digitalized school, you could, but you had to combine so many platforms and communication channels. And this is why we brought Twixy, the only management platform that combines all 3 parts of the relationship in one ecosystem: parents, teachers, and kindergarten management. As parents, you see the photographs of the day and daily activities. As a teacher, you see literally every single detail of your kids in a pocket. And as a kindergarten management, well, you can actually focus on what is the most important: growing up our kids and growing their own institution. The rest is done by Twixy. Currently, we serve in 2 markets and operate more than 100,000 in-app activities a day. That means that we save more than 100 hours per every school every month. But we don't stop here. Currently, we are working on international expansion because we believe that every single parent and teacher across the globe deserves a better relationship with their kid. So now, look at my story with my son Philip while using Twixy. Isn't it great to solve all his educational agendas within one system and in the middle of my hard day getting a couple of photos like this? Well, so if you want to save time and money and have a better relationship with your kids, try Twixy. This is me and my team, and we are happy to help you with that. So join Twixy and have a better life every day. Thank you very much.
Amazing, Wanda. Thank you very much.
Thank
and
you.
now it's a time for Q&A. This is our beautiful jury.
Hello.
So jury, 3 minutes for you guys, and time is counting now.
Hi.
I have a question. I mean, you said that you want to roll out on different markets. What is your expansion strategy? How do you want to approach the markets, through partners or direct sales, or what is your concept?
Yes, basically we want to focus first on a private education platforms and institutions in a third countries of the third world. So we have on a plan Kenya, Mexico, and a couple of other countries where we already have some kind of key partners. And also we will test via some online channels, some other markets. But the first 5 markets, we already have some local partners to cooperate with them.
And why those markets? Maybe you can expand a little bit.
Yes,
sounds a bit...
because for example, Eastern African countries, they are not so interesting maybe for American parties, but these countries are currently very well developed with their mobile applications because they literally skipped the desktop version. 20 years ago, they didn't almost have the internet, and now everyone is using the mobile apps. And we know that, for example, banks, they are also testing the banking mobile systems. So we believe that this is very, very good markets. Plus, they are very big markets for us. So for example, in Kenya, we have more than 40,000 private schools.
Can you please elaborate a bit more on your business model? Because who will be customers, parents or the kindergarten system management?
We are B2B SaaS application. So institutions are those who are paying us. We also have in plan some revenue streams for premium for parents because we can give them some extra services, also some extra services for the kindergartens, but B2B is the main revenue stream for us currently.
So what is the #1 selling argument? Is it for the kindergarten? Is it time saving, or is it kind of differentiation against competition in contact with the parents?
What we say is that teachers and kindergarten managers, they are very well educated people that should literally spend time with the kids, not with the papers. And we can do all the paperwork, administration, legislation, and so on for them. And they save more than 100 hours in every month.
And just to help me understand, do the people in the kindergarten have to take the photos of the children and post it, or are you expecting the children to be involved somehow?
No, no, no. The children, they are too small, so they actually don't have the application themselves. Parents have the application as incomers, and teachers, while they're doing some activities, they take photos, and instead of popping them on Facebook or WhatsApp groups, they may put it in Twixie, which is basically their in-house administration Instagram style kind of platform for parents.
And this was the last question, so thank you very much, jury. And we are done with all the projects. So Wanda, thank you very much.
Thank you, Pavla.
Thank you very much, Wanda, with Twixie.
Thank you.
Thank you. All pitches are done. So now it's time for our jury. They will count the points, and we will be back with the final countings with the third, second, and the first place. Stay tuned. We would like to invite you for Vienna Up 21, the largest decentralized and community-driven virtual startup event in spring 2021, focusing on topics as female entrepreneurship, smart cities, fintech, or life science. Sign up now at the viennaup.com/newsletter to receive all the detailed information and join the event online for free.
A startup is like assembling an orchestra or a band. Let's say there is this amazing violinist, a great percussionist, an exceptional performance artist. If you bring them all together, this is where the magic happens, and that's what we do. My name is Gabrielle Katzberger, and I'm the person in charge of Vienna Up 21, the international startup festival taking place in spring 21, bringing together rebels, founders, and innovators, with events spreading across the city like a firework of inspiration.
Sales and marketing are things in the companies that are super important. It brings revenue. But a lot of startups, they don't know about it. So that's why I have invited two our mentors from our bootcamp to speak about their success in sales and marketing. I've invited here my two friends, Pavlina and Roman. Pavlina has started Holkis Marketingu. I believe that you all know what is that about. This section has 26,000 members, and every year they make more than 3,000 workshops about marketing. So welcome, Pavlina. I'm happy that you could be here with us online.
Thank you, and thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, Paya. And here in studio, we have Roman Novacek, who is entrepreneur from his 23 years old. He started Tarifomat and also Goremla Mobile. He sold it, and now he's doing Epico International. Roman, welcome in the studio, and thank you for coming and being here with us.
Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure.
Perfect. So guys, marketing and sales. I know that you both are amazing in these two sections. So I start with a special question. What did you study? Pavlina?
I actually studied English. It was my major, literature and translation. I later on went to become an English teacher. So, you know, getting into marketing was kind of a really big coincidence for me.
Wow, I will ask you later how this happened, because I'm also interested. Roman, what did you study, please?
Well, I have actually graduated in law and law theory, and I never thought I would be an entrepreneur, so it wasn't my intention, honestly.
Amazing, and in Epico, I know that you're the CCO, which is the commercial officer.
Right.
So how close law and commercial officer is?
I think it's totally different. The law field is terribly boring and stale, and the sales are exciting and new. So I guess I moved to something totally different.
Okay, so you both studied completely different part. So Pavlina, how did you get into marketing and become a star between all the people starting the Holkis Marketingu and become the guru for that? How this happened?
I was actually really lucky because about 10 years ago, my younger brother, he invited me to come along with him to a conference, and I fell in love with the topic. I fell in love with some of the speakers as well, but of course I fell in love with the topic and I really wanted to learn more. So I decided to completely join the industry and went for an unpaid internship and started kind of talking to people, learning as much as I could. And that kind of got me here. So I was very, very much lucky, coincidence, serendipity, however you call it, but I'm forever grateful he did it.
And Pavlina, you went and studied yourself, or you just went straight away for some courses, or did you just apply for the job and be as a junior? How did that happen?
Basically everything. I combined everything I could. I was eternally curious. I started asking everybody around. So I had a lot of mentors. I joined the mentoring program. I also went for an internship. So I got a job. I started looking at YouTube videos. I went to school. I went to Masaryk University to study an intensive course with Sandra Kumarovsky, who was one of the marketers who launched iPhone back in the day. So really I could whatever I could, I did it.
Wow. That's actually a great success story and very positive. So I believe that, Roman, you have a similar for us, because I know that Tarifomat, Gorilla Mobile, but also Epico made always tremendous sales and tremendous marketing. You have sold 50,000 cards for young people in Gorilla Mobile just within, what, couple of months?
I think it was like 2.5 months or something
yeah,
like that.
So how did you guys make it? You as a lawyer, how did that happen?
Well, I guess that I always had an issue with authorities, so I knew that the only option I could cooperate with the world would be just having my own business. And when it comes to being an entrepreneur, I do believe strongly that sales is the blood, as you said in the beginning. So I always thought that if I would be successful or could be successful, I need to be focusing on sales. And I like to keep things very simple. So my only strategy is force, and sell.
Okay.
And by doing so, you eventually learn the way.
And where do you think that we should learn the sales? Is it a natural thing, or like Pavlina said, you've been studying, asking, going for internship? How did you approach the sales skills?
I absolutely appreciate the way that Pavlina took, but I guess I took a different approach. And I would argue that the sales is a very natural process. So me, myself, doing that wouldn't be through learning. It was actually through trying and then failing repeatedly. So if I was to give someone an idea how to start, I would just actually say, pick up the phone, make the first call, make the first email, and take it from there.
Okay, that is very cool. Which brings me to another question, which is how the idea of your company, which means maybe Holky z marketingu, and for you it can be Epico, you can choose which one, came to your mind. How, when, why? So Pavlina?
I think the greatest social impact startups actually come from your own frustration. And I remember that moment when, I used to work for a marketing agency, and I went to a conference and I was mistaken for a waitress. And I was really angry about it. And then I started doing research about the topic, how often are women considered waitresses when they're attending industry events. And I actually found out that only 5% of founders are female, or that there are only 3% of creative directors in advertising agencies. And that it's really such a small amount of people. And I realized that every time I go to a marketing conference, we don't actually talk to each other, the women who are attending. So I realized that I want to start one of those meetings. And I organized a lunch break during a marketing festival. Like back in the day, it was really long time ago, 7 years ago. And there were about 40 girls coming over, and we started talking, and we said, okay, I want to be in touch with each other. And then it later developed into this whole thing with workshops and mentoring program and our own academy and all the kind of empowerment that's around it. But it really came from my own frustration and from my own need. And I think that's always the best way how to develop a startup, really understand the problem that comes from your own need and then develop the solution for it.
Great, thank you, Paya. What about you, Roman?
Well, I always like to think that the companies that we did actually played some new and major role in the market. So I always like to think that we are adding something specific. Tarifomat was the first one that was comparing the mobile phone plans, and we were certified to do so. And Epico, for example, right now is one of the first one who is doing analytics and very detailed logistics in a market that actually was stuck in the 90s. So whenever I'm coming for an idea, always look whether the company would be somehow beneficial to the already existing systems, and thus I can easily input myself to those systems and advantage from that. And Pavlina was saying that you need to be doing something that actually matters to you personally, and I do think that it's not really necessary when you're starting a company. I would argue that if you are an entrepreneur, it doesn't really matter what you are doing. And I've been selling mobile phone plans, I've been selling hookahs, I've been selling accessories for iPhones. So I guess that if you're an entrepreneur, you will always wish to be selling something. So really just focus on whether you're able to bring a benefit to the market and charge someone for that.
Obviously, you are a sales mentor, so...
I like the charging part.
Yeah. You're obviously in the good spot. So, Paya, what do you think is the key success of your, not the company, but maybe the group of 26,000 group members, so Holky z Marketingu? What do you think is the key success?
I really love what Roman is saying, because I think it's so funny how always the companies reflect the personalities of the founder. You know, in Czech you would say ryba smrdí od hlavy, the fish stinks from the head, and I think it's exactly like that. And I think the companies Roman started exactly like Roman, and the company I started is exactly like me. You know, I'm a person who's always about like kind of changing the world, making it a better place, telling stories around it, bringing people together, introducing them to each other. And it doesn't matter what I do, who I work for, I always do it in the same direction, because that's who I am, and that's what I do the best, and that's why companies hire me. So, you know, I think I'm mentoring marketing in a very different version of a story than Roman does it, because I always tell people how to come up with a story, how to influence emotion of the client, how to kind of work with that essence of a brand. And it's really like kind of like, I don't know, intangible almost. And then I think Roman comes and he's like, you know, Excel spreadsheets, come on, go and sell and call people. And, you know, I'm more about building relationships, people and so on. So I think that really much like kind of helped me develop the community, because it is really, I don't consider it a company, I consider it a community. And that's what's really strong about it. And what's the women value the most is like, there is a strong support for each other. There is no judgment. There's only like, let's make this a better place for all of us.
Amazing.
And by the way, we are making money.
Okay, so Roman, is the key of success of your company is this sales, and liking to cash the money, or what is the key success of your companies?
You know, I think partially that is totally true what Pavlina said, and I think that we would very, very much complement each other, because to be able to sell something, it does need to have a story. So I guess that if we would combine our words together, that would be a real success, and you might want to talk about that.
Yeah, but you have numbers to each other.
Yeah, I'll call it. But again, I would argue one key point that I'm sometimes missing, and the companies are built to be raising revenues, they are built to be making profit. So it's not bad to be saying that you're sales oriented, because that actually means that you're developing the company itself. Having the idea is great, but I see a lot of companies failing on the topic that they just overdevelop the idea and never actually go to the sales.
Oh, well, that's a pretty good point. And what do you think, guys? It's your personal success too, because you seems to be very happy and successful people, famous in one time, having a great companies, and I believe also great people around you. So what is the key success for your personality? Roman, you can start this time. Yeah, okay. Please.
Okay, this is going to sound a little bit strange, but as far as I go down the road, I just care less, and I have found myself in a position where I kind of think this is a game that we were playing at some point, and I focus a lot on my life outside the work, and when I'm in it, I focus just on the work, and I keep my life separate. So I guess that my key to success is that I keep always my distance from those companies, and I never get overwhelmed, and thus I can maintain myself throughout the years and throughout the companies without, going bankrupt or going crazy from that.
Okay, perfect. Paya, what is your personal key of your success?
I think, like, definitely what Roman said, we are on a completely different story. I always immerse myself in my companies. Whoever I work for, I'm there 100% of my focus and time. But definitely the other day I was hosting a panel with 5 different founders that were actually originally marketers, women who were marketers and became very successful founders from all over Europe. And what they had in common, and I definitely have that view as well, is that we have this eternal curiosity about people around us. And it doesn't need to be customers. It doesn't need to be like people who could be our mentors. It's just this like curiosity, and you want to find out as much about them as you can. And another thing, and I think that's very much connected to my field, to my major at university, is the storytelling. You know, I'm really good at telling stories, and I think every marketer is and needs to be successful. So for me, it's those 2 things combined with the amazing people I have around me, and I was very lucky to surround myself with.
Very cool. Question for the future. So guys, what are the soft skills or hard skills that you think that will be useful in the future? I mean, 10, 20 years. So hard skills, soft skills, you can choose. Maybe Roman can start again.
Okay, so I would say that the landscape of entrepreneurship doesn't really change that much. So if you go 2,000 years back, and if you're going to go 2,000 years in the future, I would say that the landscape is pretty much the same. The scenarios are changing. Maybe you're saying online, but the key that I think you should keep is really compose yourself, be aware of what you are doing, and contrary to what Paulina is saying, just stay on top of things. So I would say that the key to the success from my perspective is keeping the composure and keeping focused. And I would say that is something that has been here 2,000 years ago and is going to be here in the next 2,000 years.
And the skill? What would be the skill?
The skill, the particular skill.
Yeah, like, for example, public speaking, or maybe learning marketing, go for a law school, you know, like a skill that you should have.
I don't think there is a particular skill, because if I look across all the successful people I see, there is not a particular skill that they share. The only thing I would maybe say is just being very consistent in what you are doing, and keep adding little by little by little. So if you could call it a skill, I would say consistency.
Consistency, great. Paulina, what's your idea about the skill?
At last, we see eye to eye with Roman. I'm really excited about this moment. For me, it's definitely one part, really strong part, is the vision. Understanding yourself, where you are good at, and keeping that vision for yourself. And really, I think it's the resilience. That's the word that keeps kind of popping up during 2020, 2021. And it's really like kind of getting the grip of things and staying with them. But at the same time, and I think that is the key skill actually, is learning. It's constant learning. I haven't had a job in last 10 years that existed 10 years ago. You know, I haven't worked with tools that existed 10 years ago. So really, it's about constant learning and constant development. And I think the biggest mistake for the future would be saying, this is it. This is, you know, I have my job, I have my majors and something, whatever, and getting stuck with that. So I think it's constant iteration, and constant iteration of your business model, constant iteration of your input about the customer, constant iteration about technology. And I think I really love looking at my father every day, because he's 70 years old. And the other day he told me, I downloaded Clubhouse, you know, it's like a really cool app. And then he started sending me likes on Instagram. And I was like, wow, you know, I want to be like this when I'm 70. And I think this is kind of the gist, what I'm looking for myself, to adjust myself for the future.
Very cool, very cool. Guys, where do you take your inspiration, or inspiration of person? Where do you pick these things? Paulina?
Sorry, I couldn't hear the question.
Yeah, where do you take the inspiration?
I have already mentioned this, that I constantly ask people about anything. Whenever I'm curious about anything, I do an extensive research. And I do an extensive research online, but I keep asking people, and I think I tend to be really annoying about things. So definitely for me, it's inspiration through the stories and whatever resources I can get. And I never get inspiration from one resource, so I'm really shitty at saying one. But definitely as much as I can from as many industries as I can. And it's, I think, one thing that is really like making me a good storyteller or like making me a good learner is the fact that I'm very much T-shaped. So in the morning, I would be listening to a podcast about international politics. Later on, I would be discussing law, and then I would be discussing social impact. And I think that very much benefits and that somehow comes together and creates this like big bucket of inspiration around me. But definitely drawing it all from people that I happen to meet.
All right, perfect. Roman, where do you take the inspiration?
Well, I gotta say that it's great that it's probably not me talking because we obviously take very different approaches. I'm kind of a person who very much appreciates peace and silence. So I don't really follow much of the podcasts and social media. So I would say two things are major for me. I read a lot, and I read a lot of outside the business. And second, I really try and fail a lot. So in my company, I'm famous for the one that comes with some stupid ideas that most of the time fail, but also those are the ones that eventually make us bigger and bigger. So I personally stay away from all the noise and information going around me. I rather look into books, preferably old ones, and then I would really and very often try. And that's, I guess, is my perspective.
Perfect. So guys, I have a last question for you, which will be very short. So what recommendation do you have for entrepreneurs from marketing and from sales? Just please choose some short recommendations that you have. And we start with Roman.
Okay. So this is the thing I always tell anyone, and only focus on the profit, only focus on the revenue. And this is the key for the company to actually grow. And maybe in the mid-run, maybe in the long run, you can be taking other topics to your decision-making procedure. But in the beginning, you need to make sure that the company will be sustainable. And the only sustainability from my perspective is actually revenue from customers. So if it brings revenue, do it. If it doesn't bring revenue or brings it only in the long run, don't do it in the beginning. So my only thing that I would recommend, focus on revenue and leave the talks for later.
Very nice. So this was recommendation by Roman from sales. And
probably different from Pavlina's.
Yeah, let's go for recommendation to entrepreneurs from Pavlina from marketing, please.
You know, my initial answer was focus on the customer and profit will come eventually. So I think I'm very curious what the startups think after they meet both of us, because I think they must be really confused. And that might be actually my final word. I happen to meet about 300 companies a year, and what the successful ones have in common is that they have their own vision. And that comes really from themselves, so from within. And even though they get mentoring and they are learning, they have this strong vision that they are going forward with. And it can even be profit, but you know, it doesn't need to be.
So this was Pavlina Ložinska from Holkis Marketingu and Roman Nováček from Epico International. Guys, thank you very much. Insights from marketing and sales by our masterclass. And we can move on with our program in Women Startup Competition. So we are getting close to the end. What we have to say are who have been competing today. Let me introduce you our startups at the end. So 3IPK, Payout, Rental Port, Friends with Books, Jídelní plán D-Life, We Are Life, Roletic, and Twixy. So these have been our startups. And I would like to ask Jonathan, our beautiful jurist, how was our 5th year competition online? So Jonathan?
Thank you. Look, on behalf of all the jurists, I think we had a really fun evening. Online made it super interesting because you've got to be really brief. And I would just like to say a big thank you to all of the people that participated. So it was great fun and a big thank you.
So thank you very much, Jonathan. And now it's time to say who is the third. In the third place, the prizes are very valuable. The Vodafone gave headphones by Apple. AVS gave a promotional credit by valued $25,000. Startup job vouchers to 3,000 crowns. Novalia voucher for 1 hour of the mentorship. Microsoft presents and the book from Margareta Křížová z deníku Investorky. So it's time to say who is third. Place is, Lucia, please help me with that.
The third prize and big congratulations goes to Roletic.
Roletic! So congratulations, congratulations. So what are your feelings? What do you think?
The feelings are amazing. Thank you very much for your time. It was a great experience and I enjoyed it so much. Thank you.
Bravo. Thank you, Bada. Thank you. So this was our third place. And it's time to move on to the second place. The second place will also get prizes, and the prizes are also beautiful. The same for the Vodafone headset from Apple, Startup Job voucher, Novalia voucher, AWS promotional credit, Microsoft presents, the book of Margareta, and also the beautiful present from Nápad roku. And my pleasure is to say who is the second. So I'm also moving to jury. So please, Silke, will you tell me who is the second one, please?
The winner of the second prize is Rental Board. Congratulations.
Oh, it's Rental Board. Congratulations. Wow. So here we go. Martina, this is very special for us that this is online. Congratulations. We have a beautiful prize here for you. As the second place, we will send it to you to Slovak Republic. And now, please, can you tell us how do you feel and what are your feelings from the game?
Oh my gosh, I haven't expected at all. Thank you so much. I was not ready for this. I don't have any speech or anything like that. That's my first contest and I so much appreciate it. Thank you very much. It was such a nice organization. You guys were great. I thank all the contestants and all the mentors. It was awesome. Thank you very much from Slovakia. Thank you one more time.
Marti, amazing. So congratulations. I wish you would be here, but I believe next year you will join us in live as the alumni. And well, let's move to the first place. This is why we do all this competition. So what are the presents for the winner? As I said, from Vodafone, the headphones from the Apple, Startup Job vouchers, AWS, and all the presents I mentioned already before. From Microsoft, Margareta's book, Novalia, and also the Nápad roku presents. And now I'm moving to Rutherford. So, Jonathan, please, could you tell me who is the winner of the 5th year of the Women Startup Competition? Please.
I certainly can, Pavlina. We had a really big discussion as judges. We took a lot of time on this, and I'm delighted to announce that Twigsy is the winner of the Women's Startup Competition. So big well done,
Twigsy, Wanda, Jonathan, thank you very much, and well, Wanda, congratulations. Great job, great presentations. And Vanji, if you can share with us your feelings and how do you feel?
Thank you very much to everyone. I really appreciate it. And It's amazing. For us, it means that we will even change the gear to the higher speed, and we promise that we will do everything what we promised. And we literally want to help the teachers and parents across the globe. So, well, thank you very much, and one more time, appreciate it, and thank you to everyone.
Perfect, Vanyi, thanks a lot. Thanks to all the teams that have been competing today. You all have been absolutely amazing. Great pitches, great style, and what more, great product. Jury, thanks a lot for these special conditions. You have been absolutely wonderful, great questions, and I hope that we will look forward to see each other next year, hopefully in real, not like this online, even though this was still very much challenging. So thanks again to all, and girls, welcome to Alumni Women Startup Competitioners, because even this is very valuable to be in the community. So thanks again, thanks a lot for everyone. As every year, nothing this would not be happening if we would not have a perfect woman startup competition team. Let me invite here at the stage my beautiful colleagues, Jana and Mirka. Girls, thank you very much for helping making this competition being alive. And Jani, could you say your opinions?
Well, you know, usually we would be here with about 200 people in this room, having some networking time after the winner announcement, and you know, it's different this time. It's really different, but I'm really happy that we have at least this way how to support our amazing finalists on their way to success. So that's fine, and I'm really happy and would like to thank all of you who joined us today on the evening. So, and of course, hopefully next year we will meet already in person as usually.
Perfect, thank you, Annie. And this is really the complete end. Please stay safe, but stay also creative. Thank you very much for being with us, and have a great evening. Thank you.